Okay. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Lola. Um Today's video is more geared to those who are starting to sew because um though I have seen, sorry, long hair. It's early in the morning. I tried doing a video a few days ago, but it was not a good week at all last week. So anyway, that's out the way. um this video is more towards um I guess I want to call it the evolution or the progress of my dressmaking experience last year. So I kind of wanted it directed towards the newbies, but of course you guys that have been sewing for a while are gonna have fun with it because you're gonna see all my trials and errors and stuff. So yeah, let's get started with the first dress. Okay, so my first dress of 2018. Now, I'm not counting the dresses that I made, like the dance dresses, because those were fairly simple. And um, basically, I either copied one, like the bodice and stuff, or I took a couple of patterns together and I matched that up. But I'm counting the dresses that I made for myself. So yeah, so this is my very first dress, and the material is beautiful. Now, let me explain something to you. I love the fabric. The fabric is soft. It's like silky feeling. It has no stretch, which I didn't take any of that into consideration when I made it because I was really like extremely like now new to sewing. So I just thought, hey, pretty fabric, let me make something out of it. So I didn't use pattern. Basically I just took my measurement, of my shoulders, and I doubled it for the front and the back. And then I sewed a seam somewhere. Oh, right here there's a seam, and right here, and this is how I sewed it. I did a zigzag stitch thingy, and I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's my very first dress. The hem, I didn't know anything about 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch or any of that, so I just folded it in half. I sewed it, and then I folded it in half again, and I sewed it again. I put an elastic here, so yeah, I double folded that, I guess I want to say, so that way none of the seams show. I just knew that I wanted a pretty finish, but I didn't know how to do it, like with French seams or any of that, which I still don't know how to do French seams. I did it once. But anyway, so this is the bodice part. And basically I just took a t-shirt. I took, not a t-shirt, a tank top of mine, and I laid it out on the fabric, and I kind of traced it off and cut what I felt I needed. Of course, tank tops, it was stretchy, and the armhole was supposed to fit kind of tight, so that's where this armhole fits kind of tight. I didn't take in, to make it look pretty here, I didn't take in a good hem. I didn't take in a good hem here either. But for the majority, I think I did good. What I did here to fit the bodice and the skirt, I sewed it together with like that much, maybe an inch. And then, oh, that's probably why I don't have enough. Okay, see, I'm thinking now. So I sewed it a pretty good amount, and then I sewed it at the bottom using a zigzag stitch, and I forced an elastic in there because I didn't give it enough space, so that way it hugs around here. The bodice part was just one huge long rectangle. And yeah. I didn't take a lot of things into consideration, so it kind of fits a little bit tight. I don't know if you could tell the fabric stretched out right there, or I didn't sew it pretty good right there, so you can see you can see the sewing from the inside. But I did pretty good on the hems, because see, here's the hem. It's not straight, but I did the same thing. I folded over, I did a hem, and then I folded over again and I did another hem. So yeah, this is my very first dress from last year. I think I made this probably right after I got back from my birthday, so late April, I want to say. And yeah, so like I said, the fabric doesn't stretch, so when I walk I'm like but it's pretty cool anyway. All right, let me show you the next dress. Okay, so this is my next dress. This one is a real okay, let me move this tie. This one is a real stretchy fabric, like real stretchy. I think it's called active wear. So what I did here, I made this one around Mother's Day. Don't laugh at my I made this one around Mother's Day. Because I didn't know it was a knit. All I knew is I didn't have to make the hem so pretty because it wasn't gonna fray. So I just did a simple seam there. Basically I just took a shirt and I did that. And then for the bottom piece, I did the same thing. I took a long rectangle and I sewed it up in the back. Before I keep going down, you see my darts. I didn't even know they were called darts. Yeah, let me see if I can put it on real quick so you can see. Okay, I just put it on over my PJs because, like I said, it's early in the morning. But yeah, look how the darts came out. So they're like, I don't know, real there, and they're like right in the front. I don't want to, to be X-rated or something, so I don't want to keep touching. Or what is it, R-rated? I don't know. So yeah, that's how I did my dart, from there, from inside the armhole all the way to the front. And I did it on both sides. This was my very first attempt at a dart. And again, no pattern. Because I couldn't figure out how to use the patterns then. And then when I sewed the bodice part to the skirt part, this is what happened. Focus. I kind of like pinched the fabric. But I mean, nobody was able to tell because I made this huge belt that, I just tied it like that and tied it like that and made a big bow. And I didn't know anything about interfacing, so it's like really flimsy. So my bow just goes, it just droops. But yeah, let me show you the bottom of the skirt. Let me show you the inside since I took it off and it came out backwards. Well, inside out. So this is what my shoulder seam looks like. And this is what my dart looks like because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to cut it or not. So that's one side. Here's the other side. And this is what it looks like in the inside. So now I'm thinking maybe I made this one first and then the other one. But I could have sworn I made that. Yes, I'm sorry. I made this one first. And then I made the other one. That makes more sense. Because once I made this one, I noticed how funny it looks having all the seams, look like that. And then I tried figuring out how to make it look a little bit more decent. So this one was my very first dress. Okay, so for the bottom, let me turn it inside out. For the bottom, like I said, I did a large rectangle. I sewed it down the back. But I wanted something kind of cute. So, I don't know if you could tell. Can you see? Yes. I tried doing a high-low hem thingy. I don't know. So, once I cut it out and it was the square and I sewed it up, what I did was I folded the dress in half from front to back, and I just kept chopping away and chopping away until I got it to where I wanted it to be. So this is my first dress. That's the first one that I showed you, sorry, was my second. I got those confused, which makes sense now why that one is a little bit more polished. This one, since I knew the fabric polyester, it feels weird. It makes noise. I don't know if you can hear that. So since I noticed that it started fraying, I called it peeling back then. I have to run it through the serger now, but I tried doing a cute little, double hem. You can see one line there of stitching, and then you can see the other line of stitching there. But nobody knew. And of course, sorry, my head is like chopped off. This is my journey on dressmaking. So let me show you dress number 3. Okay, so with dress number 3, I was feeling a little more bold and a little more creative. Oh, sorry, my eyes are tearing. So I said, oh, I need to try and figure out how to work these patterns. So I tried this dress. Yes, I just dove right into it and did Simplicity 8544. And I couldn't pick a simple one. I wanted this one. That's me. Just dive right in. If it works, it works. And if it doesn't, try to rack my head and see if I could get it to work. And if not, then I don't know. I always managed to get it to work, even though if it took me quite a while. So, let me show you on the hanger first. So this is the fabric that I have. One of my mother's friends had passed away, and she had a lot of fabric and stuff. So this was part of her stash. So, it keeps falling off the hanger. So here it is. And, I mean, it's a really pretty fabric. I don't know if you could tell. I have a picture of it on Instagram. I didn't know that when it says sizes in the back, that doesn't necessarily mean the actual finished garment size. So I didn't take that into consideration. So when I put it on, it got to my waist, but it wouldn't go down my thighs or my bum. So anyway, this is what the inside looks like. I didn't do a double stitch because I was so frustrated because of this little thing that took me forever to try and figure out, and I still didn't figure it out. Oh no, actually it takes, it's supposed to be lined. It's supposed to be lined in here. And I couldn't figure out how to get the lining to work to hide all these little things. That's what it was. So this is what it looks like. I did serge here because I was feeling bold. So I took out my serger that my son had bought me, and I serged there. But yeah, these are the sleeves with the little ties. It said something about bias tape here in the hole, so I did that because it goes like tied up right here. It goes tied up right there, so you see that piece of your shoulder, and then it flows open on the bottom. And it called for a French hem, French seam. So I had to do that here. I still don't know how I managed to do that, but yeah. The sleeves came out all wonky and stuff because, you know, the style that it is. I'll show you again so you could get a better view on the sleeve. That's how it's supposed to fall. So, yeah. I just cut on the side instead of having it as a dress. I cut the seam open again, and I serged the side, and I folded it, and I took the hem like that, and I made it into kind of like a tunic. So that way I could wear it like that, open with some leggings and a big fat, you know, black belt, because I wear the black leggings with it. So this is my third dress, my first dress with a pattern. So for my third dress, I said, okay, I'm figuring out this pattern stuff, how to read it and whatever. So I chose to do this one. Simplicity 1586. And I chose to do View C. And that's where this one comes into play, with this real beautiful fabric and the black on the sides. This dress was made for Father's Day. So I made him a vest that matches, you know, the fabric and black lining. And I made this one with this fabric and stretchy on the side because I thought it was going to be tight, you know, tight fitting the way it shows here. I kid you not, I made 3 muslins. The first one came out way too small, like way too small. And because I had bought all this polyester fabric, but it didn't feel like those nice soft polyesters. It was like a, I don't even know, ugly feeling. So I made it with that, not taking into account that this was, you know, anyway, that one came out too small. I made the second one, it came out way too big. I made the third one, and that one came out perfect. So I said, cool, here's my muslin. I unpicked it all. I laid it out on the fabrics. I put it where I wanted it, and the dress came out too big somehow. I have no idea. But here's the dress. It has lining here in the inside, which I couldn't figure out how to stitch down. This fabric, oh my goodness, this fabric. It's beautiful, but it was a headache to sew. So anyway, it's got a little bit of lining there. I serged the edges. I didn't do anything with the inside. Somehow when I was serging or sewing, I don't know what happened. That got caught there. But it kind of looks like a design, so I left it alone. I had a top stitch, so I think I top stitched a bit too close to the edge. That's why it's not keeping, you know, the thing inside, the lining inside. The dress was too big, so I kept chopping away and sewing and chopping away and sewing just so I could make it fit. I did serge the part with the Asian print fabric because this fabric frays like that. You just move it from one corner to the next and it frays. So let me see if I can have anything inside to show you. No, basically I just hemmed it or sewed it, the 2 pieces together, and serged it. Same thing with the bottom. It's really stretchy, this black one. I do need to take it in some more before I wear it again. I've worn it twice, I think. But I always have like my hair loose, so it wasn't such a big, you know, deal showing, because this part didn't show, and everybody loved it because the fabric is just beautiful. So, oh, it called for a zipper, I think. Yes, it called for a zipper. I didn't know how to put in zippers, so I don't know why I didn't just cut it on the fold or something. Yeah, that was another thing. But this is my other dress. That's probably why it came out too big, because it had like the seam allowance for the zipper, and I didn't take that into consideration when I cut it. This was my other dress. I made this in December. As you see, I went from June into December. Oh no, wait a minute. Hold on. I forgot this one. This one was a Gertie dress. Sorry, it's all wrinkled and weird looking because I was going to unpick it. So this one, I used a real stretchy fabric. I don't know why I did that. I took the zipper out. It's a Gertie dress. I don't know where the pattern is right now. I took the zipper out. I stitched it down there because it was way too big. It came down way too low in the back. I widened these, so this looks kind of weird right there, kind of wonky. I must say my princess seams, I think it's called, they came out pretty cool, so I'm happy with that. It's got lining, interfacing. But for the bottom piece, I used this real heavy kind of like denim fabric. So yeah, I have a real thin, nice, soft, stretchy fabric for the bodice, and a real thick fabric for the bottom, because it was beautiful. Look how pretty this is. It's got pockets. I tried my hand at some pockets. Ta-da! It was pretty simple to make. Well, the bottom piece, basically just sewed it, serged it. The top piece was the one that gave more trouble because it was more fitted and stuff, and it's still too big, probably because it's really stretchy. I don't know. But like I said, I was gonna unpick it. This was my first time doing gatherings. So I did Gertie's method, and I did the long zigzag stitch and with the dental floss, and then try to gather it like that. So I used that worked pretty well, so I was excited with that. So yeah, that's this dress, which 1 2 3 4 number 5, dress number 5. This one, my darlings, is dress number 6. Do I have it backwards? No. And this is the Freya dress from Tillie and the Buttons. So I explained in another video why I did this dress. I love it. I love the fabric. I love how shiny it is. I think it came out amazing. I managed to work it into 2 yards of fabric because it was supposed to take 3, but I had this fabric sitting there and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And yeah. So with this one, what I did was I grayed it out to conform to my body shape. I made the cow neck, which was my first time doing a cow neck. It was pretty simple. I serged it together because her book is really good in explaining things. It was a really fast, easy sew. Everything was serged together. So it went really fast, really good. This was the fastest and loveliest thing I've made, besides my Asian print on. I mean, I love all of them because they all have taken me through an experience. But yeah, I like this one. Unfortunately, I'm going to share this with you guys. Nobody can see because, you know, my hair is long. So I have no idea how, when I was cutting, I don't know if you could tell the little slit right there. I don't know how I did that. So what I did to fix it was I just took another piece of fabric in the back, and I took the hemming tape and I lo planché. That was it. I ironed it. So like I said, nobody could tell because my hair is long and this falls down on it as well. So it was pretty cool. So after I made this dress, I joined the KB pattern swap, and I was sent the Charlie caftan pattern, and I did this dress. If you've seen my recent makes, you would have seen that I made this one. It's big. I don't know why it's so big. I did a 16 graded out to a 20, and I didn't do it when I say graded out, I know the term, but I didn't do it. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know if there's a right way or a wrong way to grade out. I just, like try to match it as best as I could. I really, 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 really love this dress. Even though I made it with a knit, and it's not supposed to be made with a knit. It's supposed to be made with a more structured fabric. It is... Oh, it's lined, but then you have to do like an inch stitch on the outside so it keeps it in. The only thing that was hard to do on this one was this little gather here, like I explained in the other video. This was the only thing that was hard to do. Besides that, oh, I love this dress. I only worn it once, because I really don't, go many places. Plus it's really big. I'm thinking of seeing if I could take it in some. But yeah, that's this one. And then this was my very... Oh no, this one was this year. Oh, never mind. But this one was the last dress that I made, even though it was this year. See, more buttons. I'm getting more creative now. This one was a Mimi G pattern. But yeah, this last one was my last dress that I made in 2018. So this one was my very first dress in 2019. I got a video on it. Mayfield Fabrics had given me the fabric. So yeah, that, my dears, was my journey into dressmaking. It was an experience. I loved it. I learned a lot of things. So if you're just new to sewing, don't give up. If you have patterns that get you frustrated, don't give up. Just take your time. If you have any questions or anything, the sewing community is an amazing community. They will take time to help you and give you basic pointers and stuff. There's plenty of YouTube videos out there. If you can't find on the pattern that you're making, like me, it was impossible to find tutorials on the patterns that I chose. I try to contact somebody. I try to put in different wordings so that way I can get the solution to the problem that I needed. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry, I know it's really long, but I did show you like 6-7 dresses. I hope you enjoyed the journey with me, and yeah, that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, all my new subscribers. Thank you. Many blessings to you all. Have a great week. And remember, sew what you love and love what you sew.